Cohen has told a judge that he acted at the direction of the candidate for the purpose of influencing the election. Could we consider that a win for the Mueller probe?
Well, it's too soon to say if it's a win for the Mueller probe, but as I mentioned, there's a lot of pressure right now that's coming from multiple angles on the Trump administration, and I think this will only feed into the Mueller probe to at least keep on going and then increase the pressure on Trump to act on Russia.
And as you know, we have seen an escalation of the US pressure against Moscow. What can you tell me about the size and scope of the measures that have been implemented as it relates to sanctions so far?
Well, so far the measures are relatively mild. I mean, we're looking at individuals essentially being targeted, or individual companies on very specific issues like North Korea, like elections meddling. But I think that for the sanctions to actually be really significant is when we're going after industry or very large Russian companies, which we've seen only a small extent of that take place right now. But I think the pressure is building for those type of sanctions to come into place in the coming months.
So as these sanctions come into effect and start to take their toll on Russia's already strained economy, how do you expect the Kremlin to actually react? What type of response might we see from Vladimir Putin?
Typically, Russia responds in two ways, one of which is a tit-for-tat measure or measures, essentially mirroring the kind of sanctions that the US or the EU inflict upon Russia. So if you're talking about export bans or some kind of individual bans, then Russia will follow through with these kinds of measures. The second one, and potentially the more damaging reaction, could be in an asymmetrical response. And by that, I mean looking at other areas in which to respond to these sanctions, whether that's ramping up the pressure in the conflict in Ukraine, in the conflict in Syria, perhaps some military buildups, or even cyber attacks. So I think it'll be a combination of those that we can watch for from Russia.
Still watching? Perfect. Click here to watch another great video from CNBC International. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.